This is Steve Kerr with an exclusive on NBA 2K14. For privacy, my guest's identity will be concealed. Why have you come forward?
I just had to. I've been watching them push the boundaries for years.
They are a powerhouse, no doubt. But what are they hiding?
They're doing big things this year. That's why I'm here, to do something about it.
Like what, stop them?
No.
I'm going to join them.
When I first got in the league, there's a lot of tough guys, at least from my perspective, because once again, I considered myself the lowest on the totem pole, and I had to learn. So I looked at every experience as a learning experience. Physically, it was a much more physical game than what it is today. You couldn't walk across the lane without getting checked. Or the screens, illegal screens, holding. You always had to pay a price. Be it if you were aggressive and you were a gun-ho guy and you go in with the understanding that I'm gonna get hit, I'm gonna pay the price, but that's a part of the game. I'm not gonna be afraid to go inside. Those are types of things that these kids don't even have a clue of how we had to grow up or how we had to play. The people that influenced my basketball skills when I was growing up as I was watching NBA, Walter Davis, Dr. J, David Thompson. Dr. J's style, it was something that I absolutely loved because of the way he can handle the basketball with his one hand. He can move the ball. I had big hands. So in terms of being able to control the ball and be creative with the ball with your hands, to me that was intriguing because very few people have big hands. Are there rules to talking trash? I only talk trash to people that I knew, my friends, Patrick Ewing, Bird, Magic, those type of guys. But I never talk trash to people that I didn't know or people I'm just meeting. And if they did, my game always did my talking. I never say anything. So this can be something you probably could print. I'm playing in my camp against O.J. Mayo. He was a top high school kid coming out, and I never met him first time. In front of my camp, he starts this thing about, you can't guard me, you can't do this. I got my campers here, so obviously I can't really go where I want to go because of my camp. So I stop the camp, send the kids to bed. We go back to playing. And he starts his whole thing, that you can't guard me, you can't do this. And then finally I just said, look, dude, you may be the best high school player, but I'm the best player in the world. So from this point on, it's a lesson. And from that point on, it was a lesson. He never won a game. I posted him up. I did everything. If I can ever show you that film, if you can ever ask him that, ask him about the thing that happened at my camp. I don't consider that trash. I consider that fact. You call it trash. You got to be very competitive. I think a lot of my defense is because of my competitive nature, is that I don't want you to outscore me, or I don't want you to score a certain number of points on me. Gary Payton and I had an interesting competitive, he's supposed to be the glove. And the media made a little bit of a splash, and then the next thing you know, we're playing against them in 95-96 for the playoffs. And the whole thing was Jordan against the glove. I mean, he was good at defending, me to get the ball, but once I got the ball, I felt like I always had the advantage, so, it wasn't really a problem to me. He's a Hall of Famer now. I think he's very deserving of it, but we did have our battles. If I was in my prime, who would I want to play one-on-one with? That list is very long. Start off with Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Kobe Bryant in his prime, LeBron in his prime, D-Wade in his prime, Melo. That's a good start. Yeah. I don't think I lose. Other than Kobe Bryant because he steals all my moves. No. I'm not a Twitterer, I'm not a twerker, I'm not a Facebooker. I am a nothing. I'm old school. What is twerking, by the way? In a pickup game, who would I pick up? What 5 guys would I pick up to make sure I hold on to the basketball? Scottie Pippen for sure, Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Hakeem Olajuwon. I got no chance of losing, none at all. Olajuwon, he was in the top 10 in 5 categories: steals, rebounds, block shots, scoring, and shooting percentage. You know what I mean? To have a big guy of his size to be in the top 10 in steals. Now you can assume that he would be in blocks, which to me shows versatility of what type of guy he really was. My favorites, that's hard, because it's like saying which one of your kids do you like the most. 11s are my favorite, 3s are my next favorite, and probably 12 or 13 comes in third. I always wore a brand new pair of shoes every game. So you figured at the beginning of the season or at the end of the season, I'd gone through almost 150 pairs of shoes. And the reason I chose to do that is because if you ever was a kid and you ever put those shoes on for the first time, it's like you feel energetic. You feel like you got something that you can actually showcase. Well, I wanted that feeling every game. My most memorable dunk that I think about very, very often is the Patrick Ewing dunk. And that's only because Patrick and I are such great friends. And Oakley was a part of that whole process because he thought he could defend. And it was one that we got into a screen and roll, and then I spent back, and Patrick, I told him, Georgetown guys don't block shots, all they do is take charges. And I dunked it so hard on him, it's unbelievable. And every time I see him, that's the first thing I remind him of. And a couple other ones would probably be Mutombo with the finger swing. He knew it was coming. He did it to everybody. He did it in everybody's building. I think me and Scottie got him back to back. Scottie got him first, and then I got him. And he couldn't answer. He couldn't say anything. But he's blocked so many shots. So, I mean, if you're a shot blocker, that doesn't bother you. Just wait for the next opportunity, which I'm pretty sure he got me back at some point in time. But to be able to do that to him, that was gratifying. Probably the guy from the 5th championship because he was a little bit more knowledgeable, he was a little bit more craftier. 92 was strictly off of adrenaline, athleticism, smart, good team, hungry. But in 95, it was like I knew what I was capable of doing. I knew how to get from one point to the next. I did it from a strategic standpoint as opposed to from an athletic standpoint. The significance of 23. Well, in high school, when I played with my brother, my favorite number was 45, and his favorite number was 45. But we were on the same teams. So he had seniority, he had the option to wear 45, so I just figured 23 was half of 45, 22 and a half. So I grabbed 23, and 23 has kind of stuck with me the whole time. I went back to 45. Obviously, I was just coming back from retirement. My father just passed. I've never won any other number other than 23 in front of him in the NBA. So I kind of felt like I wanted to start off fresh, it's a new start. So I went back to my old number, which is 45, and for whatever reason, that didn't click in terms of luck or just the way I felt. The number 12 jersey happened in Orlando. I was going out for my normal pregame activity, and then when I get to my locker to put on my uniform has been stolen. So everyone was trying to go into the stands to try to find my jersey, replica jersey that everybody was wearing coming to the games. None of them fit, obviously. So I ended up wearing number 12 for that one particular game. Actually, I played pretty good that game, if I remember correctly.
Hope everyone is excited about NBA 2K14 as I am. 2K is letting me do things the LeBron way, starting with the King James bonus pack, which of course, I highly recommend you check out. And we got a lot more special surprises for you. It's gonna be the best sports video game this world has ever seen. Get ready. When they told me they had a surprise set up, I didn't think it was gonna be like this. I know, right? It's Video Game James in the flesh. Kinda. I can see the guys at 2K, they ain't messing around on these next-gen graphics. Man, you look sick. Not bad, huh? Soak it in, Playboy. They nailed every single detail. I'm you, but digital. Now, you may be an exact replica. Can you ball like me? Can I ball? That's funny. Somebody wrote a clip.
Time changes, new faces, old best friends, new strangers, new watch just to keep up with the paces, new game plan off the new places. I got a feeling I could win this race.
We've only just begun. Yeah, I'm here for the long run. The long run. We've only just begun.
Step into a world where there's no one there but the very best. No MC can tell.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Return to the Mac, get up what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way to get up out of bed instead of getting on the internet and checking a new hit. Me get up, first shot, strut walking, a little bit of humble, a little bit of cautious, somewhere between like Rocky and Cosby's for the game. Nope, y'all can't copy yet. Bad moonwalking, and this here is our party. My posse's been on Broadway, and we did it all way. Chrome music, I shed my skin and put my bones into everything I record to it. And yeah, I'm on. Let that stage light go and shine on down. Got that Bob Barker suit game and Plinko in my style. Money, stay on my craft and stick around for those pounds. But I do that to pass the torch and put on for my town. Trust me, on my INDEPENDENT. It's hustling, chasing dreams since I was 14 with the 4-track bustin'. Halfway across that city with the back crush shit. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give that to the people, spread it across the country. Labels out here, now they can't tell me nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back, this is the moment, tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
I
Next Gen means the ability to do so many more things with our game, to really bring players to life in a way that we've never done before, to make the game look smarter, feel better, react in a more realistic fashion than it ever has.
Next Gen means taking advantage of these new consoles and maximizing the realism, but more than just visual realism. I think what we've really been going for this year is emotional realism.
From a sports game, you know, a lot of times the constraints has been how real does that person emote or react to stuff. We really couldn't achieve those things. I think Next Gen allows us to achieve all of those little small things that we really had wanted to do before.
I think overall it's immersion. You really feel like you're there and part of it in a way that hasn't been possible before.
The next generation system sets the bar for the expectation of the user. You have to deliver a completely different experience for that incoming console because that's what people are really going to measure you on. Hey, you know what? That looks phenomenal. That felt great. That is so different than what they did before. Now I'm ready to buy this. And for us internally, trying to hit that bar, you know, it can be a little bit stressful, but at the same time, it's exciting. That's why we got into this industry.
I'm ready. The first one we're going to do is like, you should be able to access this one. You just won the championship yell, sort of like a... That's perfect. Yeah, that was great.
The concept behind EcoMotion is to create one single system that drives everything within our game. It's all next gen and it's all characterized by specific attention to detail. It's a new engine for us. It's an attention to detail, whether it's the smallest piece on a desk at the scorer's table to the lights and the arenas and how they actually shine. It's attention to detail to materials. You know, how does a jersey react? It's attention to, you know, facial expressions that are human.
When I got into making games, I always wanted a game that captured, you know, basically what I'm seeing on TV on any given night watching NBA basketball. And that's where, with the PS4, that's starting to become a reality. And to be able to start to reimagine all of our features in this new system, this new EcoMotion engine, was just adding a new foundation to everything we do. The word itself, even eco, was all about life. And so we're really trying to bring life into our game, just breathe new life into our game. For us, on the gameplay side at least, what that really means is making sure that these guys think, that they behave, that they act like they do in real life. They can respond to things, and the way they emote on the court was huge.
People have been trying to do facial expressions for a really long time, but to look at LeBron and see him animate and look exactly like LeBron does in real life, that's what this whole thing is.
One of the main things that you're going to see right away and feel right away is foot planting. And footwork is everything in basketball. You know, you have to have good footwork. You know, it's all about setting your opponent up, getting him just to shift a little bit, and then taking advantage of that opening that he's giving you.
The animation synthesis system that we have in there, every animation can be altered and changed to reflect what's happening within the game.
Just the way the ball interacts with the player and the floor. When you're bouncing off the floor and the friction of the ball causes it to spin, it'll hit the hand and keep spinning. Just little things like that that just add that level of detail. And it's one of those things where, you know, when you look at kind of the old version and you compare it to the new, that thing really keeps you immersed in the experience.
NBA 2K14 on the PlayStation 4 is a fundamentally new experience, and whether you're a basketball fan or not, it's an experience that I think all gamers are going to want to have. PlayStation 4 will certainly allow people to experience the way I think developers intended people to experience basketball games.
The interactions, all the camera work, all the presentation, it really serves to take the player, take the gamer, and put them right into the game, and there are so many elements that just kind of keep driving that point home.
For us to be able to start over fresh and to say that we've got this new EcoMotion engine that can drive so many different things. It's our rendering, it's our AI, it's our animations, it's everything. Being able to immerse ourselves in a new world, and that's what's exciting for us this year.
We expect the graphics on any next-gen system game to be spectacular. But more so than anything else, I think this year the first thing that hits them about our game is that they feel alive.
PlayStation.
2K's Visual Concept Studio has seen it all in the video game world. Founded in 1988, the team has experienced new gaming system launches over the years, but never one like this year with the launch of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Re-energized by the new system's technology, the seasoned team at VC has developed a completely new experience for next-gen NBA 2K14, featuring rebuilt game modes, a brand new gameplay engine, and stunning lifelike graphics. It all starts with the new EcoMotion engine. With EcoMotion, the entire NBA experience comes to life in ways never before seen in a video game. When approaching graphics for NBA 2K14 Next Gen, 2K knew it was more than just polygons and higher texture resolution. Everything in-game, from the scores table and backboards to human elements such as skin texture and sweat, was recreated to ensure the whole package lives up to the new standards of realism that the next-gen technology affords. Another major leap in graphical quality for NBA 2K14 is realistic lighting. For the first time, each NBA arena's unique lighting system has been recreated down to the minutest detail. Any source of light found at an NBA game is now represented in-game, including scoreboards, shot clocks, center court displays, and more. The result is an unparalleled replication of a real-life venue's ambiance. None of these improvements would look right if the players didn't also take a huge leap forward in visual quality. To capture each player's appearance, 2K created a digital capture system and traveled thousands of miles to scan as many players as possible. Scans create a 3D representation of the players and capture various emotions to ensure that 2K14 delivers the most anatomically correct recreation of athletes ever in a sports game. A completely rebuilt feature for next-gen NBA 2K14 is NBA Today. The focal point of NBA Today is the Daily Zap, featuring video from the previous day's games delivered directly to your PS4 or Xbox One daily from NBA.com. Accompanying the Daily Zap, gamers can view the latest standings, scores, and top performers. The very same data used to adjust rosters using the new Dynamic Living Rosters system, all viewable 24 hours a day in NBA Today. MyGM is a complete reimagination of what a franchise mode should be, built exclusively for the next-gen consoles. What separates MyGM from other franchise modes is what 2K calls the human experience, which plays out in a robust new conversation engine. Everything you say and do shapes the world around you as you oversee an entire organization, right down to staffing, managing player expectations, game pricing, team facilities, and much, much more. The decisions you make have ripple effects throughout the organization, both on and off the court. Another key to success is customizing your GM and his surroundings. A number of decisions are yours to make, from the type of GM you want to be to the owner you choose to work for. Like all things in MyGM, the choice is entirely yours, and your decisions will play a vital role in how your career unfolds. My Team returns in a new and improved format for next-gen NBA 2K14. Earn, collect, and build your ideal lineups to compete in tournaments, challenge online users in Road to the Playoffs, or take on the actual NBA teams in domination mode. Also new to My Team are single-player and online tournaments. Win all 5 games and you can earn rare players and much more. Users can also invite their friends to a head-to-head game, build and manage their rotations, and brand their team with new team logos, cards, and uniforms. And of course, who could forget My Career, NBA 2K's most popular mode? My Career has taken on a life of its own for Next Gen. Now you live your career not only on the court, but off the court too, with an all-new player-driven narrative experience. There's a full cast of characters, endorsements from real-world companies like Adidas, Nike, and Gatorade, and endless branching path storylines that will keep you asking what will happen next. Over 40 hours of gameplay await you in the first year alone. Oh, and when your MyPlayer needs a break from the grind of the NBA season, press conferences, and commercial shoots, there's a place you can go to play some pickup games with 100 of your closest friends. NBA 2K14. Available at next-gen launch.
2K decided this year with the My Career mode that they wanted to really have a cinematic experience, much like a Hollywood movie. Like, put you in the game.
Very simply was to put the user in the shoes of an NBA basketball player.
One of the big things that we wanted to do with My Career this year was to really expand the experience and take it from just playing games on the court to, you know, letting you get a glimpse into your My Player's things that he does off the court.
One of the things I really enjoy about sports in general is the emotional story, the journey that these guys go through. My Career is a mode that's never been done before in sports games. It is a 24/7 immersive journey that you take your player through. And next-gen technology really gives us that ability to capture those moments off the court, whether it's a yelling match, whether it's a moment with your agent. It's all in there. So you just kind of feel the emotions of the moment. And that's, to me, what's really important, is capturing that and bringing that through for the user. We want to let them know this is what it's like to be an NBA star.
I've been looking all over for you, man. Bam! The NBA Rookie Showcase, New York City, baby!
Welcome and thanks for joining us for the NBA Rookie Showcase.
There's so much material here. There's 300 pages of script. You can have the experience in My Career mode. Your friend can have a whole different experience in My Career mode. The guy down the street can have a whole different experience. So it was really important to make sure that all these actors really owned the part. So as you went through the game, these guys stuck out in your mind and you said, I really like that guy or I really hate that guy and I want to take that guy down.
This is a team. We all on the same page here.
Like every other NBA player, they got a lot of decisions to make. We throw a bunch of them at you.
Whatever, man.
How you make those decisions not only affects the game on the court, but also off the court.
There's a lot of different options and avenues that the game can take you down. And depending on whatever option you take, a lot of different things can happen to you and has effect on you as the game goes along.
We've done little things like press conferences and things like that before, but we really wanted to incorporate all the characters you deal with, from, you know, coaches to teammates to agents to investors and trainers and all sorts of things like that that really make up the entire life of an NBA player. My Career mode on the next-gen consoles is by far the deepest and most immersive experience we've ever done for any of the modes in our games. Now with this new generation, you've got hours and hours of completely new content, a completely new experience, and like we said before, both on and off the court. So the amount of choices and decisions that you make beyond just what you play creates this entire new immersive world.
We'll get a chance here today to see who rises to the top.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, let's get this thing. Get in there. Yeah. Man, let's go. Here we go. Let's get this thing. Easy money. That's what I'm talking about. Woo. It's on fire. Gotta hit that follow through. Come on, man. Come on, let's get one more. Let's get one more. Burn. The NBA is calling me, but I gotta keep working. Gotta keep proving myself. It all starts with me. This is my story, and I ain't gonna let nobody write it but me. My career, my legacy, begins right here, right now.
Bye.